G'day folks, I just thought I'd elaborate a bit more on what I've done with this engine and more so how it works, because I realised I went off on a bit of a tangent and I didn't actually get back to how the actual turbo works on a turbo diesel. And I could answer a couple of questions whilst I'm doing this, because I'm just going through the comments on the video. I haven't gone through all of them, but I'm just sort of juggling a few things, and if the birds are going to shut up or not, I don't know. I don't think so. You will hear weird birds in the background. But basically, to answer a couple of questions, this isn't a Kubota engine. It's not a John Deere engine. It's made by Yanmar, but they're used in both both machines. Numerous Kubota, John Deere, and Yanmar branded agricultural machinery, particularly tractors and lawnmowers. We've got a John Deere zero-turn ride-on mower, a big one, at work for slashing the back paddock. And it has the exact same setup in it. Slightly different ancillaries and mounting, but it's the exact same block. And obviously, when it has trouble or air getting in the system, I know exactly where to go to fix it. It's a good little runner. Needs a new radiator though. The thing's split at the top, so we don't run it very long. They still want to keep running it, but I hate it. I hate the way we run it with no cooling pressure. Anyway, a bit of info on how it works. I mean, I've gone into mechanical injection and how it works in a previous video. Answering another question, no, it doesn't need any power at all once it's running. That all comes off. It's all compression ignition. And the turbocharger adds extra pressure to the intake. More air molecules crammed into that cylinder. You can add more fuel to it and get more bang. That's the exhaust. Turbocharger is basically a turbine and compressor, like a jet engine. This one's externally driven. A jet engine has a compressor stage and a turbine stage to produce power, to accelerate gases. This is very similar. This one's driven by the engine's exhaust. High velocity exhaust gas flows through here, is forced into a tiny little turbine in here, drives the turbine and comes out as waste exhaust. Turbine's coupled to a compressor turbine or compressor wheel, but via a shaft that sits in oil-fed bearings. It's designed to float on oil. It's not designed to make contact with the bearings. And the compressor compresses air and shoves it into the intake. Simple as that. More pressure, more fuel, bigger bang, more pressure, or more high velocity exhaust gases, higher turbine speeds, higher compressor speeds, more compressed air. So it's a very simple principle. It works very well. It has for many decades, and it's just a wonderful thing. Works on petrol and diesel engines. I'm learning now, just because it's off a bigger vehicle doesn't mean it's no good, which is one of the reasons why I avoided using it. I knew it was off like a 1.5 to 1.9 litre Peugeot diesel. Doesn't matter if it's on a smaller engine. This engine's maybe 800 cc's, no, almost 900, 0.879 of a litre. So it's a baby, but it likes it. Next thing I'm going to play with is that screw down there. It seems to be unanimous that that's the smoke screw. That's what delivers more fuel under load, and that's what's going to create more boost. I'm shoving more air in. I need to shove more fuel in, more bang, more power. What else? I think that's about it, really. I'm not going to start it up in this one. I'm just going to have a quick look at it. This doesn't have anything to do with the running of the engine, the generator. That's only for ancillaries like lighting, horn, power accessories on the tractor or mower, whatever it was on, and for charging the battery. At the moment, the only electrical equipment on this is a dead generator, a temperature sender, which has no use at the moment, and the starter motor, which can be completely disconnected. All this can be disconnected whilst it's running, and it will not stop, because it's just relying on heat of compression to ignite the fuel. It's a diesel. If in doubt, look up diesel cycle on Wikipedia. So yeah, there's a little bit to do. I want to get an alternator. It's a bit hard with this hose in here. I need to find a solution for that, because I'm going to have to mount the alternator much further outboard, back out here, which is a pain because it just fattens the whole rig up even more. I was hoping to have a smaller elbow going down to here and try and keep it as narrow as possible, but I don't think that's going to happen. Likewise, mounting off here to brace the radiator, well, I have to decide whether I order a new radiator or not, which I think I might. I might shop around for different car makes and models and just see what has the closest drop-in replacement. It needs an electric fan now that I've lifted everything up. The plastic fan won't work. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. And I also need to finish making my drive coupling off here, so when I mount it on a small two-wheel trailer, like a proper trailer, I can couple a hydraulic power unit off it. So it's going to be a multi-purpose power engine. It's going to be able to drive a hydraulic power unit. It can drive an electric generator or whatever I want off that front pulley. It's going to be great fun. So I hope that sheds a bit more light on what I was trying to say yesterday before I sidetracked myself. But yeah, rehashing on my injection video, that's a mechanical injector. It works off fuel pressure to push the little needle up and squirt down into the cylinder. I don't have a head floating around to show you what a pre-combustion chamber looks like, but it's just a series of little holes in the top of the head. You don't actually see the tip of the injector looking up inside. Or if you're very careful and have a good strong flashlight, you'll see up through the little holes, you'll see the tip of the injector. But that little pre-com chamber nib gets hotter than normal under compression, and that's where the fire starts. It's the ignition point. Without it, these engines are a peg to start, and they don't run very well either. I need to make a gasket for that one because it doesn't have one. There's a lot of little things to do. But anyway, as people have suggested, put it under more load, play with the smoke screw, and see what happens. We should be able to get more than a couple of PSI boost. I'm aiming for a maximum of 10. I don't want to push the old girl too hard, but hey, they're a tough engine. It'll take it. Thanks for watching.